भोपले वो बूदी नहीं खाते.
Please mute, guys. Please mute yourself. Who joined with the SR? May I know your name, please?
संजय.
Okay, Sanjay. Thanks. Let me rename you as well. All right, guys. Welcome you all once again in the session. And thanks for joining. Okay, almost everyone is here. Let's start without any further delay. Okay, so this is the last session for 2024. We are going to start for this Palo Alto Firewall, right? So today we are going to discuss very basic things about the Palo Alto Firewall. We'll discuss like the roadmap, what is going to be like happen in entire curriculum, right? And also we'll try to explore like about the networking, about the security, about the cyber security, the future job scopes, right? So each and everything we'll try to explore. Also, we'll try to understand what kind of content we are going to cover throughout this session of this Palo Alto Firewall, what all learning we are going to get, right? So this all I'll try to explain. More important, I would like to understand your point of view. What exactly you are looking for from this training, and what is your expectations? What kind of learning outcome actually you are looking for? Niranjan, can you just mute yourself, please?
लिंक आया था ना मेरे को व्हाट्सएप पे.
Niranjan, please mute yourself. So we'll try to understand each and every aspects, and based on that, we'll try to understand basically. Saban, can you please mute yourself if you don't mind? So basically, we'll try to understand each and every aspect, and based on that, basically, we'll try to make sure like we have the right expectation from my side, and also you have the right expectation from your side, so both party will have the equal kind of the understanding, and we'll try to make sure like we have the clear roadmap also, right? So once again, welcome you all, and welcome to the GuiNet Technology. We are the learning platform where we are going to learn a lot of different technology like the Cisco SD-WAN, routing, switching, CCNS, CCNP, Palo Alto Firewall, Checkpoint Firewall, FortiGate Firewall, Cisco SA Firewall. Also, they have 5 and the cloud networking. So if you guys any query, anything, so you can reach out with the email and the numbers given below, and definitely someone is going to help you in terms of the your training requirements, right? So let's start. Do you guys hearing a lot of background noise from my side? I don't know what happened nearby. Dogs are walking. A lot of. You guys are hearing background noise or it's okay?
No, it's okay.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Then it's fine. All right. So first of all, right, because we are about to close this year, so we have to understand about the roadmap, future roadmap, also about what is going to be happen for the network security engineer who is planning to develop their career in the network security. So what are the roadmap we'll try to understand, and also why someone should go and learn the any firewall skills, especially for the Palo Alto, FortiGate, Checkpoint, or might be the Cisco, right? That also very important. So first of all, we have to understand what are the key requirement and key jobs available in the markets for any network security engineer who is just planning to upgrade themselves. So we have a lot of kind of the courses available in the market. Especially we have networking where we are learning for CCNA, CCNP, SD-WAN technologies, and based on that, definitely if you are going to just these all three kind of the learning, probably you are going to get high paid jobs. But also you can go with the CCI track as well, and based on that CCI track also. So let me just uh, certification roadmap. So we'll have some visuals to understand what I'm trying to discuss. So if someone is planning to just go with the CCN and CCNP, right, even they can just get a very good opportunity in the market. They are going to plan for the SD-WAN, might be data center technology, they also have the equal opportunity. They go for the wireless technology. They go for the CCI as well. So any entry level job, associate level job, in professional and the expert level job, even you are going to get the high paid jobs. But everyone not having a right dream to just go with the CCI exam, which is it is going to cost a lot, and the passing rate is also very low. So people are not having guts to take that much risk. So how I can upgrade myself? So by upgrading that, even I am not going to do my CCI, but still I can get equivalent salary in the market. So what are the skills available in the markets? So by referring those kind of scenario, we should go with the multi skills, right? So if I talk about the multi skills, what are the multi skills? So I know like you've done the CCNA and CCNP, but still you are stuck at some level. Might be you are going to become the L2, you are going to become the L3 engineer. You've done this CCNP, might be that you're going to become the architect, might be consultant. That's okay. But again, you have some limitations. You're going to stuck at some point of level. Your might be growth is not going to happen what actually you are expecting, right? And also you're not going to get very high salary based on that networking skills. So what skills I should add in my curriculum, means in my CV resume, so that basically I can go with high paid jobs. So if I'm just working as a L1, so probably I need to, someone is writing on the screen. Can you please remove that? Uh, Saran, you are doing that. Probably, can you stop, Saran CB? Okay. So basically, like, even I want to like upgrade myself. So what is the right path? So at least I can get the high paid like jobs in the market. So by referring that, right, we can go with the various kind of the skill set. We can go for the security engineer, right? We can go for the cloud engineer certifications. We can go for the load balancer certifications. We can go for the wireless certifications. But at the end, right, my CV should have the multiple skills. That's the most important, guys, right? If you guys are thinking core network engineer, probably initially it's good, but you are looking for the future point of view, it might be not a good uh, for your, future learning or future journey. So you should always go and upgrade yourself, and you have to choose the right path. Right now we have the cloud networking, cloud security, right? Also, people are very fast, very, talking about and just discussing about the SASE engineer, right? So like we have the G-Scaler, we have the Prisma Access, we have the Netscope technology, we have the Versa SASE. So a lot of SASE vendors are available in the market, and that is the future. So how I can become the SASE engineer and I can get more high paid jobs in the market. That's also very important, guys, right? So even you are planning to become a SaaS engineer, so you have some sort of the knowledge you should inherit from your security architecture, which you are going to discuss, right? Might be you are going to learn might be you're going to learn some firewalls, might be you're going to start with some kind of the cloud technologies, might be you're going to learn from the proxy architecture, like the how proxy is going to work. Then you are going to probably migrate yourself in the core SASE, like engineer, when you're going to just upgrade yourself. Also at the same time you have the very good knowledge about the SD-WAN technology, so that you have the very good infrastructure knowledge how the WAN is going to just play a vital role in the SASE, future digital transformation which is going to be happen. So we have a lot of things, right? And we cannot go and learn each and everything in one go. So we have to start step by step, right? And by doing a step by step learning, probably we can get a bigger picture, and we have the bigger career options in the future, and we can get the high paid jobs. So I'm assuming everyone here available, they all have some kind of the knowledge about the CCNA. They have some knowledge of the CCNP, and then probably they are thinking to do multi-scaling by learning this firewall skill set, right? So what benefits we are going to get after learning this Palo Alto firewall, or maybe the checkpoint firewall, maybe the FortiGate firewall? So right now, I'm assuming your CB is just network engineer, or might be just done the CCNA. So if you're just going to add your firewall skills, so every company have some sort of the requirement. That requirement basically they are looking for the multi skills engineer, right? So if just two engineer are going to apply for a single position, might be one of the opening, like have the SCL, Wipro, or might be the other company. They are looking for the engineer who have the network plus security skill set, and you are just having a network skill set. So probably your CV is not going to filter out. But if you have any firewall knowledge, and they are going to interview you and you are just able to explain any firewall knowledge like Palo Alto, FortiGate or Checkpoint, they are going to give consideration and they might be going to shortlist you because you have that kind of a skill set, and they are going to assume that if you have some firewall fundamental knowledge, you are going to easily learn any firewall if they are going to ask you to support that, right? But if you have zero knowledge, probably it is very hard to them to just train you and just onboard and just ask to support any project. So that kind of the challenge is always going to be happen. So if you have the multi-skill in your CV, then definitely you are going to get more edge. And in terms of the getting resume shortlisted, you have the high chance to get, selected for any company. So that's why the requirement of this engineers like the any firewall engineer is very high in the market in combination of the networking, because everywhere you have to go and do the routing configuration, switching configuration. Even I'm talking about the Palo Alto Firewall. We have the each and every things which we can discuss in the routing and switching. So you can see here, if I'm talking about the Palo Alto, so I keep talking about the basic concept, right? Like if I'm talking about this, default, you see this static routing, redistribution, RIP, OSPF, BGP, everything is there. So if you are going to work on the Palo Alto firewall, even you required some sort of the routing protocol knowledge, right? Even you not done the any CCNA job, means any CCNA kind of the certification or the knowledge, and you are trying to learn this Palo Alto firewall, any other firewall, you are always going to face difficulties, right? Similarly, even you want to go and do the any VLAN configuration, that option also available in the Palo Alto firewall. And even this option is also available in the Checkpoint firewalls, right? FortiGate firewall, Cisco ASA firewall. So someone not have the right knowledge about the VLAN switching from the CCNA level, they are going to struggle. So that's why I keep emphasize the people, right? You should always do your CCNA certification. At least you have the CCNA level of knowledge. Then you can start any kind of the firewall learning, right? Either Checkpoint, Palo Alto, Cisco, ASA, whatever you want to learn, because the basic key fundamental is always going to be required. Either it's a routing, either it's a switching, either it's a VLAN or whatever you think. Rest new things is going to come in a picture that definitely I'm going to help you out how the policy is going to be configured, how the NAT is going to be happen, how the different policy based forwarding is going to be configured, decryption going to be happen, what is the IPS engine, what is the IDS engine, and lot of things we have to learn about it, certification, licensing, deployment of the Palo Alto firewall. So we have almost, you can see the course content. We have to go with that modules where we have to understand about the Palo Alto architectures. We have to understand about the flow logic. We have to do the initial configuration of the Palo Alto firewall. We have to understand the licensing and software upgradation process. We have to learn about the account administrations. We have to learn about the security zone. We have to learn about that layer 2, layer 3 tap mode and the vWire mode deployment. We have to configure the sub interfaces, DSCP, how DSCP is going to build and configure DSCP server within the firewall, external DSCP integration. Even you can see the in lab also, probably we have some DSCP servers available. So in this lab not showing, but we have the different lab where we have the DSCP server integrated. So we can configure the DSCP server as well for the externally in data center, might be very remote locations. Then how it is going to integrate with the Palo Alto firewall. What is the concept of the virtual router? Then we'll discuss the security and NAT policies. We'll discuss about the policy administrations. We'll discuss about the NAT, that is a source NAT, destination NAT, U-turn NAT, dual NAT. So a lot of NAT also available, and we have to explore the all scenario of the NAT, how my source NAT is going to be configured, how my destination NAT is going to be configured, and also what does means dual NAT and U-turn NAT, and what is the use case for dual NAT and U-turn NAT. That all we have to explore and all we have to understand. So this is the most important thing, guys. And we have to put a lot of practical scenario also. So even you can see the current lab, which is configured right now. So I'm taking a lot of time right now to just explain my side, but I'll definitely give the more time to you all to just ask any questions. So you can see here, NAT also we have configured in the previous lectures, what we covered in the live batches. You can see source NAT, dynamic source NAT, we have the static source and destination NAT, we have source NAT. So some rules are disabled, some rules are enabled. So there are the different use case we have tested. That's why we have disabled and enabled the rules. That is the NAT rules. Similarly, we have the lot of policies, and these policies are configured for different use cases where we have tested in the previous sessions, right? So that's why this rule is created, and we have to similarly start from zero, and we have to do the configuration step by step, and we have to understand each and everything in very detail, right? So this is about the NAT. Most important, after NAT, we have to go actual firewall things. Means we have to go and learn actual firewall things. And what is that actual firewall things? So that is the next generation firewall features we have. So we have the application identification. That's the very key concept in the Palo Alto Firewall, and even the available in the FortiGate Firewall, Checkpoint Firewall. Based on the application, how my firewall is going to take some actions, right? Real-time action. And those application which is installed in your mobile phone, your computers, your laptop, any Mac OS mobile, whatever the mobile you are using, or devices, smart devices are using, and application you're using like WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, might be you are using some kind of the other applications like Teams, Outlook. So based on that applications, how my firewall is going to take some actions, right? Even how my firewall is going to allow some application, deny some application. Even inside of the application, we have the multiple applications. Means what does means? So let me show you something very interesting. So just give me 1 minute. So if I'm going here and just Palo Alto Applipedia. So there is one of the website, you can just search it from Google. It's a free available from the Palo Alto. See, so even you are going for any of the applications, right? Let me just talk about the Facebook applications, right? So generally what happen, company can allow the Facebook, deny the Facebook, but might be there is a requirement. Let's suppose you are in the marketing team and you need the Facebook access, right? But other team members who are the IT, HR, and sales, they not read the Facebook access. But even I want to make sure if you have the Facebook access, you cannot do some naughty stuffs, right? If you have the Facebook access, you cannot do the voice call, video call, even you chat, right? You only require the marketing posting. So based on that, I can just allow that social media Facebook posting. I can block like voice, video game, games, video calls, video playing, chat, file sharing, uploading, downloading. This feature also available. So even one application, they have the multiple application dependency within the application. So even if I want to control those application which are inside of that parent application, that is possible with the help of the application ID. So we'll test these all features, how Palo Alto going to be allow and how Palo Alto going to deny certain application, and what is the logic behind it and how it is going to be configured. So this is something very interesting, and that's why any next generation firewall become the intelligence. And right now this feature is even available for the Cisco SD-WAN, Versa SD-WAN, Palo Alto SD-WAN, even Zscaler SD-WAN. Even you can do based on the application routings. You can control, you can create the security policy. Also, it is available there. If you have the Cisco SD-WAN concept, might be when you're going to create the security policy in the Cisco SD-WAN, and similar kind of the control you can do that. But in the Palo Alto, they have the granular and very like I can say, let me show you, very detailed database. You can see right now, if I just go here and filter it out, clear, they are going to recognize 4,908, which is the huge, right? If you go and compare with the other vendors, they don't have that much application repository database available. So that's why Palo Alto is quite granular, and they have a lot of things. And based on that, they can provide the more flexibility to the any enterprise company so that they can, take some certain control based on their requirements. All right. So this is very interesting. That is application. Now, after application, we have very good feature available in this particular Palo Alto firewall. That is the content ID. So what is the content ID and why it is very important, the content ID? So the content ID is something where if any packet I'm sending, right, and that packet might be going to carry any kind of data, even I'm typing the any email that is going to act as a content. Even I'm typing any kind of the messages, right? Anything in subject line or might be a signature that is also acting as a content. Even I'm going to attach any kind of the database, might be the Excel file, any kind of the PDF file, that is also going to act as a content, right? So in that content, if anything is not aligned with my company, right, might be the file is affected by the virus, the file which I'm getting downloaded from the internet, that file is trying to do some spying activity. They have the vulnerability. They have some URL which not to be allowed or might be denied. Some data you are trying to leak, right? That all basically need to be protected any DOS attack. So Palo Alto Firewall is very much capable to understand those kind of signatures, those kind of behavior which is attached in the file and which you want to transfer from your LAN to WAN or might be WAN to LAN through the firewall. If anything is not aligned with the company policy, they are going to simply deny you, or they are going to block you. So we are going to test these all live features. Even I can show you right away. We have tested in the previous sections how it is going to look like. So let me show you. So even I just want to go in the monitor and you can see here. So even I want to show you some URL filtering. So see, some website has been blocked here, right? So you can see different social media website has been blocked, and that is the first Facebook applications, right? We just block it. So a lot of logs are available. So I'm just showing you something even for the threads you can see there. So if I just finding with the virus, similarly we have the lot of, so this is the virus, just it's a filter for the virus. But if I remove the filter, we'll get the more stubs. Like we have the spying activity, you can see here. And probably if I go for the next pages, we'll find something else. So this is a spyware, something. If I just filter the spyware, we are going to find all the spyware. Similarly, we are going to get for DOS, we are going to get for a data leak, probably we are going to get from here. So all data which is going to protect for our network. So that also all see, so we have different kind of the files, right? You can see here PDF file, confidential file, that has been all blocked by the Palo Alto Firewall because they have the feature for the data leaks, right? They have the feature for the file blocking. You can see here. So we have even any kind of the file I want to block that. This is also possible with the Palo Alto Firewall, and we can have a testing, right? Real-time testing, because this lab have some kind of the scenario where we can generate the live DOS attack, we can generate the live vulnerability attack, and based on that we can see how Palo Alto is going to take action for that kind of the uh, bad kind of the virus or the DOS attack, any vulnerability attack. So that's why content ID is very important. And we have the wildfire also, right? This also part of the content ID. And this wildfire is why very important, guys, because Palo Alto Firewall have a lot of database, right? That is a like uh, uh, pre-loaded database. I mean, they keep getting updates from the Palo Alto servers, right? The database is going to update from Palo Alto server, but those database is not real time, right? Might be they're going to be 12-hour old, 24-hour old, or might be 3 days old, or might be 2 days old, because based on whatever data is going to be updated in the Palo Alto file for any signature, they have certain times, based on certain times that Palo Alto push to the all their vendors. But something which is going to very important, that is a zero day attack. Let's suppose someone created one of the virus, and that virus created by me right now. But if this virus is going to come in my network and my vendor's firewall is going to be updated by the next 24 hour, next 12 hour, then what is going to be happen? Means if during that 12 and 24 hour any attack is going to be happen in my Palo Alto firewall to my network, this Palo Alto firewall will be unaware, right? He is not going to protect anything. So what is going to be happen at end of the day, my all network might be affected, might be some attack is going to be happen, and nobody is going to control. So for such scenario, Palo Alto is offering one of the license feature, that is a wildfire, right? So wildfire is one of the feature. By using the wildfire, what is going to be happen if real-time attack is going to be happen, that also going to be monitored within the 15 to 30 minute, right? Still there is a time, but the time is going to very limit, right? Just within the 15-minute, if any transition is going to be suspicious, right, through your network, the wildfire sandbox is going to tell you, means it is going to tell you the firewall, hey, something happened and that is not good, and this is the new signature, and next time if it is going to come, you just have to block it. So next time Palo Alto Firewall, if receive that particular traffic which is not aligned with your company policy, or might be that is not aligned with your company compliance regulatory, then it is going to block as per your policy, right? So that's why wildfire play a very vital role, and based on that, it is also going to help you to do the protections. Okay. So the content ID, application ID is a very powerful feature in the Palo Alto Firewall or any next generation firewall. Now let's talk about the decryptions. Why I'm giving this brief an idea, because you should know about the learning outcome. What kind of the level of learning even you are going to get that. So at least you can compare with the other vendor firewalls. You can compare with the current your network scenario, what is happening there, what kind of challenges, and based on that learning, you can just leverage this learning skills to just deploy your network, redesign your network. You can suggest your customers, you can suggest your seniors, like this is going to in this way, and then it is going to help to better way protect our network or my customer network. So we have the decryptions. So till now, whatever I have done discussion right till here, till here, especially for the content ID. So we have two type of traffic. One traffic basically we have, that is the HTTP, right? So we know that HTTP, and that is going to work on the port 80. And we have another traffic that is known as the HTTPS, that is going to work on the 443. So this traffic is basically, we have the plain text, right? Means any traffic which is going to process by the HTTP, that is not a secure, it's a unsecure. But if any traffic is going to process by the HTTPS, that is going to happen via the any traffic which is going via the HTTPS, that is going to be always secure. So that means if my traffic is HTTP, that is unsecure, any means that is a plain text. The correct word is a plain text. It's not encrypted. So that traffic, if it is going to process my Palo Alto firewall, what is going to be happen? Palo Alto Firewall easily going to understand what kind of the content you are sending, what kind of the content you are receiving, because it's not encrypted traffic. And based on that, they can apply the policy and they can take some certain actions. But let's say think about, if I'm going to encrypt the traffic based on the HTTPS, then what is going to be happen? In that scenario, the firewall is going to be clueless, right? They are not going to understand what is going inside of the packet because it's already encrypted. So even my virus is going to be there. The firewall is not going to understand what virus is going, and it will process the virus. If my any spying activity is going to happen, then firewall is not going to understand. Vulnerability not going to understand. URL not. DOS, data, file. It's nothing is going to be understand with the Palo Alto firewall. So it's again bad idea. Means something is encrypted going through my firewall. Firewall is unable to do any kind of control, right? So that's why to mitigate this problem, we have the decryption policy. So decryption policy is basically SSL decryptions. So any SSL based packet, means HTTPS based packet, if it is going to process by the Palo Alto firewall, and you have the decryption policy in place, right? Then even it's encrypted, they will decrypt and they will check what data you are sending, what data you are receiving, and inside your data, what kind of traffic you are trying to send and receive. And if that data is not aligned with your company regulation, then it is going to take an action. Probably, let me show you where it is. Let me show you. So probably we have some decryption policy. Let me show you if it is configured already here. See here. So when we have the decryption policy, we have tested for the last sessions, right? So we have some source, we have some destination, we have some, see, decryption, SSL decryption. Based on that, even I just go and check decryption logs, right? So it is going to inspect my all traffic and it will show what traffic, see. So there is an SSL decryption, some kind of the trust to untrust traffic has been sent, right? And you can see they're showing some kind of the destination, what is my route CA, right? And trusted or might be the non-trusted, it is going to give the status and what signature has been used. And real time we'll see that like what TLS version they are going to use. See, this is a 1.2, this is a 1.0, right? So this is a SSL TLS version, and what kind of algorithm they have been used, and what website you are used, right? And what kind of error you are going to get. So everything is there, you can see. So RSA code and everything is available. So we'll see how the decryption is going to work. And based on that decryption, if any traffic is going to process with the Palo Alto Firewall real time, then how Palo Alto Firewall is going to decrypt those packets. And after decryptions, they are going to enforce the policy, right? So that also we are going to understand in the SL decryptions. All right. Next thing, right? After this decryption, we have the user ID. So this is a very important, guys, user ID. We have to enforce the policy not based on the IP, not based on the subnet, not based on the only zone, right? Not based on the port protocol. Even I want to bypass each and everything. Means if you see in the policy, let me show you. So we have a lot of things, right? But I want to bypass each and everything. And I want to enforce policy based on the username. Means every company have some active directory. If you're going to your laptop, office laptop or desktop, whenever you go to your company or might be you have the laptop, they have a special username and password that is for you, right? So where the username password has been created, that is created on the active directory, right? So if anything is going to created on the active directory, so those active directory even we are going to sync with the Palo Alto Firewall. Those active directory even we are going to sync with the Palo Alto Firewall. Let me show you. So if where it is. Just give me 1 minute, guys. See, this is the AD server. So this AD server, this is real time. It is going to be sync here. Okay, I'll show you how it is going to be sync. So this AD is going to sync on this Palo Alto Firewall. Based on this AD syncing, right? What is going to happen? I will simply bypass each and everything, right? I'm not going to use my IP address, right? I'm not going to use might be the any destination, any kind of the applications and port. You can see here we have the multiple ports also. I will simply go and remove this all. I will just use basically user. See here user. So if AD is integrated, the user name are going to be available. User groups are going to be available. So in regard of the IP, I can simply use my username and based on that, I can enforce the policy. What benefits we are going to get? So benefits are going to get, let me give one of the example. So you guys can easily understand. Still we have to do a lot of learning on it, but let me give the example. So what are the scenario you're going to use? So let's suppose in my company, we have the multiple floors, right? So there could be three probability. This is my HR floor. This is might be the sales floor, and this is my IT floor. So there is three probability. I have the three subnets there /24. Might be I have this one 16.10.0/24, and this one have 192.168.10.0/24. So there are three different subnets. The all three subnets traffic must be processed through the Palo Alto Firewall. Let's suppose this is the Palo Alto Firewall. Okay. And they are connected with this switch. Just think what this is the switch, okay? And they have to go on the internet. This is my internet. So let me give the example so you guys can understand. So this is my firewall. So if this is the firewall, so this HR will probably need a access of the Naukri.com, right? But this will not need this Naukri.com allowed should be the HR. But this should be blocked. Naukri should be blocked by this user, right? Means sales not required. Else they will just search Naukri and go out. So this is also not required. But this sales might be required some other website which is not required with the HR, right? This IT required might be Cisco.com, but this Cisco.com might be not required sales in the HR. So we have the different use case, different kind of scenario. Marketing might be required the Facebook, Instagram, but these sales, HR, and IT will not require. So you have to create the policy based on the subnets, right? So you have to create the policy based on subnet. So this is a floor third, this is a floor second, this is a floor one. But someday HR comes on the IT floor and they connect the laptop with the IT subnet. Will able to access the Nokia.com? The answer is no, right? Because we not allowed this subnet in this floor, right? So this is a challenge. It means if C is moving from one floor to another floor, they not have the exact same policy to access the any destination. This is the one use case, right? So I should do something where in regard of the what IP they have, right? Still they have the similar kind of access to the destination. So in that scenario, what is going to be happen? We can replace this IP address to any and we just map with the username, right? So I will create the policy based on the user, right? So if user is coming from this HR group in regard of the what IP they have, if they are trying to go Naukri.com, they will allow. If user is coming from sales, they will go and that is allowed. So this is one case where we have a different subnet. There might be another use case where all three floor have the one single subnet, might be the 10.10.10.10. So based on the IP, if I create any policy, what is going to happen? Means based on subnet, if I go and create the policy, either my Facebook is going to be allow or my Facebook is going to be deny. So that's again a problem. So within the same subnet, if I have the HR, sales, marketing, everyone is sitting in the same subnet. So that is going to create a problem. So to avoid that kind of scenario, we have to simply deploy the user ID, and based on the user ID, we can create the policy instead of this IP. So that is also going to solve our problem. So this kind of scenario we can resolve with the user ID. The third scenario might be there are 5 people in the night shift, right? They're doing the night shift, right? And we have the internet access. And somebody is like very naughty in the night shift. They want to play the game, they want to watch the movie, and someone is very kind of the workaholic person and he want to work for the company and want to create the report. But 3 people are watching the high speed like HD movie in the night from your internet link, and might be someone is downloading some movie from BitTorrent or might be something else, right? They're killing the bandwidth, and one person who's trying to create the report, right? He is unable to create the report because bandwidth is killed by some people, your colleagues. So next day when team lead manager going to ask, hey, why not you create your report in the night? So you're going to say, I was trying to create, but I was facing a slowness. So next day you report this case to ISP, or might be trying to understand why this link was too much utilized. You done a lot of kind of the research. Then you come to know these 3 IP or 4 IP as the culprit who is using the high bandwidth. Then you don't have any clue who actually owning this IP address, right? You don't have any clue because might be you have the 1,000 of the employee in the night shift or might be the 500 employee in the night shift and everyone getting IP from the DSCP. Then how they are going to be tracked? It's a very complex process. So it's not easy to track who actually used the what application in the night, and because of that, this was basically created the problem. But if you just match the AD, then what is going to happen? What IP is coming, it doesn't matter, but your name is also going to map against your IP, right? So XYZ is using this particular application during that time, and that's why the region this link was chopped. So next day that is going to be called in the cabin, and manager is going to ask you why basically you use that. So he is easily going to be catch. So next day probably he is not going to do such kind of things. So incident response is going to be very fast because you have the right evidence, and based on the right evidence, you can take a lot of actions, right? So that's the user ID, and we'll do the like real-time integration, how it is going to happen. All right, guys. So next thing, we have the side-to-side VPN. That is the most important, how the side-to-side VPN is going to be created. What is a client-to-side VPN, which we also call the remote access VPN. So we'll do the global protect integrations. We'll understand the IP sectoral configurations, and we'll build the side-to-side VPN. Real-time side-to-side VPN we will try to build, and we'll understand why this VPN is very important and why these VPN are different from the MPLS L3 VPN, layer 2 VPNs, right? So we'll try to compare, and also we'll see how the different VPNs concept is going to be come in a picture, like IKE version 1, IKE version 2, what is the AH protocol, what is the ESP protocols, right? What is the tunnel mode, what is the transport mode, what is the phase 1, what is the phase 2 tunnel, how the 6 packet is going to exchange in the phase 1, right? How the 3 packet is going to be exchanged in the phase 2, what is the like main mode in phase 1, what is the aggressive mode in the phase 1. So actually we'll try to explore each and everything, and after understanding the theoretical concept, because I know most people are always going to like having a trouble to do the VPN configuration and troubleshooting. But I'll try my best to simplify those things. A lot of theory is there, and we'll do the practical, but theory is very important to crack your interviews, guys, right? Because doing configuration is just a 30-minute job, right? I can just do each and every configuration, and I can do the testing. I'll tell how it is going to be configured. But we have to understand the logic behind each and every steps, right? Why three parameters we have chosen for the phase one, and why three parameter we have chosen for the phase two, like the authentication encryptions, and like we have the Diffie-Hellman groups, right? So, and how ESP-AH protocol is going to be differ to each other. Why we are going to choose ESP instead of the AH? Why not we are going to choose IKE version 1 instead of the IKE version 2, right? How we can just make sure the packet means main mode and like aggressive mode is going to become in a picture, and 3 packet and 6 packet is going to be exchanged. So once we understand theoretical concept, then we go and configure that. Then probably life is going to be easy, and you can understand the tunnel concept, each and everything, and the traffic flow as well, right? Global product definitely will do that, and will integrate one of the branch that is a remote user, and that branch is going to act as our data center, and they are going to connect with the Palo Alto Firewall. So that also will discuss, and will do the lab testings, right? The most important module is module 11, that will discuss about the day-to-day or troubleshooting. Probably if you're the NOC engineer or SOC engineer, then you have to do like dashboard. Like you can see, this is a dashboard where it is. This is my Palo Alto dashboard, right? So how dashboard is going to look like? What does mean the general information, logging, how the widgets is going to be look like, system, logs, applications. We have a lot of things. We have what is system resources. So I'll explain each and everything, and also at the same time how different monitoring reports can be pulled, right? Report scheduling is going to be happen, how, and how we can get the reports for our daily basis. If I want to pull any data, any policy, what configure I want to take the PDF report, CSV report, how it is going to pull out. So I'll tell you step by step how it is going to be happen, and how you can take that report part as well, and logging part as well. Also, we have the very good concept in the panorama. So if you're learning the Palo Alto, you should have the panorama, but this panorama lab is not going to be 100% completed, because I want to be very transparent, right? Because it's required the license, right? So license is going to cost a lot. So we don't have the license, right? If anyone have the license Firewall and they are willing to share that, so I can just demonstrate something 5% which is not able to I am not able to do on the unlicensed panorama. Have the panorama, I can explain each and everything, but real integration of the Palo Alto Firewall is not possible. So only 5% things is not going to happen. Rest 95% is going to be happen on the panorama. We'll understand what is the panorama, what is the different mode of the panorama, what is the pre-rule, how the pre-rule is going to be created, what is the post rule, how post rule is going to be created. We'll see how the default rule is going to be created, how the panorama Palo Alto is going to be integrated, right? What information is going to require both sides. Also, we'll understand how my template is going to be created, how my policy is going to be created, how they are going to be activated, right? Template and policy and networking tabs. So based on that, we'll see most of the things. But if you have anyone willing to share their panorama, so I can showcase something 5% which is not able to cover in the unlicensed panorama, right? So that is also going to cover. Last but not least, the active passive scenario, high ability, right? So we have the HA scenario in the Palo Alto Firewall, right? So we have to deploy the Palo Alto Firewall, right? Either in active passive, or might be the active active. So active is not that much recommended, right? Because it's something I have never seen Palo Alto Firewall deployment the active. One of the customer I have seen, that was the rarest of rare, right? They have the use cases, they have done the POC, but in production you are always going to do the active passive deployment. And there is a logic, right? Even if I'm going to do the active deployment, there are a lot of complexity is going to happen. Means you have to segregate the LANs, right? Nobody's company is going to do the segregation, the LAN gateway, and then do some kind of the mapping for the subnet and the user. So that's not a feasible, and it's going to add the complexity. But even we'll see how the active is going to be configured, and what is the use case, and how the active passive is going to be configured, and what is the use case, right? So this is the course content, guys, I'm going to cover throughout the session, right? And if I talk about the certification part, so this course is going to cover officially certification, the PCNSA and PCNSE, right? Both are going to be covered. Let me show you the even officially course content if you want to see that. So if you go in the Palo Alto Education, so just go here, Palo Alto Education, even the official website. So just open it. You will see that. See here. So if I go here, so they have changed some kind of the out, like you can see here. So they have different network security. They have the EDU 200 Firewall Essential. They have the Strata. That is a pure panorama, right? They have the EDU 330. That is a Palo Alto troubleshooting. This is a Prisma access, right? So if you just go here, this essential part, this is the 5D you can see. Let me click on the learn more. And if you go in a data set, see here. So what learning they are going to provide you. So you have some kind of the Palo Alto network portfolio architecture, Palo Alto initial configuration, that rule, NAT, app ID, UL filtering. So almost each and everything it is going to cover what I just explained. But still few things which is available in the hours level that is not available here, right? That is a panorama. They have the separate module, right? They, if I talk about the AD integration, that is not available here. The licensing software upgradation process, that is also not available here, right? And what else? Almost everything is available, right? So it is more and less aligned with the official content of the Palo Alto, right? They have a different topic, and you should know how the Palo Alto architecture is going to look like in the configuration. And then if you want to learn, especially with the panorama, they have the different module, and based on that, you can just go and do the panorama schedule. If you want to just do the troubleshooting, then you just have to go the troubleshooting module, and they are just going to different discuss about the troubleshooting. Let me show you. So even you download data set. So even we are doing to use the flow logic, we are going to discuss. That's our course content. Packet capture, I'm going to show you how the debug is going to happen, how even we can do the packet in the wireshark, right? That we are going to discuss. What is the host inbound traffic, transit traffic, system services, so that user ID log testing and different certification management. So even global protect, even we are just covering. So almost all module, whatever available in the Palo Alto official like portal, like whatever you can see here, that all are covered. What only we are not going to test 100%, that is Strata EDU 220 Panorama. Rest, this is 100% cover, this is 100% cover. It's my like commitment, right? That all is going to be covered. So you don't have to worry about the course content because it's designed by me, and I'm very much confident about if you are going to do that and you just want to go and do this certification, it is going to easily cracked by you. Okay. So almost I speak around 50 minutes, guys. Now it's your turn. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me. You can talk in Hindi, you can talk in English. I don't have any issue. But if you have any question, please feel free to ask me, because we have to do learning on daily basis. Next session is going to be happen. By the way, I'm just going to tell you, the Wednesday, right? So be ready for the Wednesday. So we'll start with Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 days in a week, and we'll have 1.5 hour session daily basis, right? So this is just a beginning. So we'll just have the introduction, what the course content. Next day, we're going to discuss about the firewall. We'll discuss about the Gartner Magic Report. We're going to discuss about the Palo Alto. What is the portfolio of the Palo Alto? What is the Strata? What is the Prisma? What is the Cortex? So one class is going to require for the different use case comparison, right? Why we should learn the Palo Alto firewall? What is the difference between the Palo Alto checkpoint, Cisco FortiGate firewall? What is the firewall? What is the history of the Palo Alto? So we'll discuss in the next class, and then we'll start with the official module, right? So we required some basic foundation. I need your opinion also. If any question, any doubt, so I'll try to discuss those things also, and then we'll proceed with the further step in the lab and the real time use case. So guys, please tell me any questions anyone have, any discussion you want to do that with me.
Just want to ask this one, sir. Like, can we do directly PCNSE or we have to do PCNSA as well? before
No,
going for
yes, that's a good
PCNSA?
question. For him, that's a good question. So there is no prerequisite to do the PCNSA, right? You can directly go for the PCNSE exam. If you have the learn, you can
Mm,
just put the certification. You can become the Palo Alto Network Certified Network Security Engineer, PCNSE. You just have to pay 175 USD. So there is no
o-
prerequisite.
okay, got it. And one more thing, as you have said now, like we'll be doing classes on alternate days,
Mhm.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Actually, I was not aware. Like the executive, she told me like we'll be doing on a daily basis, like from Monday to Friday.
So any problem you
So,
have, because anyhow, if we do the Monday to Friday, we'll have the
mhm,
5 hour session, right? And we're going to cover 4.5 hour and 5 hour almost session by 3 days. So any problem you have?
okay.
Because
No, it's
we
fine.
have to
Okay,
cover,
okay. If you're,
yeah, 5 hour content you are going to cover anyhow, right? No need
mhm,
to worry about that.
okay, not. And how long this course will take to completely like
This will
how
start in
many days?
2024 and is going to finish in 2025, right? Probably it is going to finish by February, right?
Fab, huh?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Not before Feb.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Abhijit, you,
Yes, sir.
yeah, please.
Regarding the panorama, as you said, we will be covering the we will be covering the theory part, and practical is not possible. Is that you want to say?
Yeah, practical, actually it's a possible. 5%
Mm-hmm.
thing is not possible only. Rest is thing is possible.
Okay, okay. So whatever the features of panorama is, we are going to discuss it, right?
Right.
And only the features which is licensed, which will okay. Fine,
Yeah.
fine. So, but like in panorama, what exactly we are going to cover?
So in Panorama, let me show you. Just give me 1 minute. So Panorama, we have a lot of things to discuss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just give me 1 minute. So see, Panorama, we have to understand what is a Panorama first, right? And we
Right.
have to understand key feature of the Panorama. Then we have to understand the different use cases of the Panorama deployment method, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like, let me show you. So we have the deployment management only, panorama only, lock
Log
electron.
collector. Yeah.
Why these three modes of deployment is going to require?
Mm-hmm.
What is the device type? It's a virtual or it might be the hardware, right? So which hardware models we have, which virtual platform we have to do the deployment, right?
Okay. Okay.
And what is the like different specification of the different hardwares, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how many firewalls M200 is going to support, how many M600 is going to support, then what is the high availability scenario, what can the authentication methods, and
Mm-hmm.
then what are the different resources is going to require if I'm going to deploy in the management only, panorama only, and log collector, you can see here.
Right.
And then after this, we have to go, let me show, and we have this lab, let me show you. So we have this lab, right? So we will do the onboarding of the firewalls, right?
Right.
But
So how
this,
to add the firewall in
yes, yes,
panorama?
this is the panorama. So
Right.
this is going to learn. So we understand how we can add the Palo Alto in the panorama and panorama to the Palo Alto, right? Once we add
Mm-hmm.
it, how the rule is going to be created and how the like configuration is going to be enabled, like the policy we have to enable, like
Mm-hmm.
networking configuration, licensing, and everything. So those are going to cover only the real onboarding. Means you cannot see this firewall on this panorama and panorama
Okay.
and the Palo Alto. This 5% is not going to cover.
Device group also we are going to cover,
Yeah,
right?
device group also I'm going to explain how device group is going to be created, how the object is going to be created. That all is going to happen. No need to worry about that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So
Sir, what I understand from the panorama, what you have shared, like it's an a management device, right? What we are doing, like instead of logging into the one Palo Alto VM
mhm.
or two Palo Alto VM, so from the panorama we can access multiple Palo Alto VM and we can manage from there. Is that right? Or
Right.
It's a centralized management tool.
yeah, so whatever the policies we are creating directly from the Palo Alto virtual machine, so instead of not doing from there, we can do from panorama.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, welcome, welcome.
Uh, like one question, like it's related to the object group, like
Mhm,
objects. Now, in checkpoint, when we create an object, and if that object is already present in the firewall,
mhm.
it gives an error, right? But in Palo Alto, I think it replaces the object. How it is?
No, so if let's suppose one object is created, DNS one, right? So this
Mm-hmm.
object is already created. You're going to just create the same object. See, so if I'm going
No,
to
through
give
through CLI, I'm asking.
CLI, even you're going to just CLI
Mm-hmm.
or GUI, it is going to impact the same significance. If I'm going to create the same object, see here, right? Even I'm going to go to the CLI. CLI is going to be a little bit complex in this Palo Alto, but see, it's showing this object is already exists. You cannot create
Correct.
it, right? So if
Mm-hmm.
some duplicate object is already created, so you are going to get similar error, and you cannot create that. It's a simple concept for
So
this.
through CLI also it will give an error.
Yes, CLI also it is going to be create the error because CLI is GUI.
But sir, we'll do the practical when when we'll cover that object group, na. Just show me in
Definitely,
the
definitely. No
CLI,
need to
because you
worry.
know what I'm asking is this, because
Mhm.
we have lots of requests where we create through CLI only. Okay, because
But Abhijit,
mm-hmm,
my personal recommendation for the Palo Alto, right? You
mm-hmm,
don't have to do things via the CLI except few things, right? You can
mm-hmm,
do each and everything. You can create the object,
right,
create the policy, but it is going to add a lot of complexity. Means it's not
mm-hmm,
a straightforward command. So it's very user-friendly GUI, right? And
yes.
everything you can do with GUI. So you don't have
No,
to go to the CLI for the Palo Alto Firewall.
no, but see, we like I was in Citibank, and there we have request to add thousands of source addresses, thousands of destination addresses. So in that
Mhm.
case, it's difficult to manage through via GUI. So the best thing which we see is through CLI only, because if I start to add hundreds and thousands of
I
objects,
understand. So we
yeah,
have a solution. We
hmm,
can create one script. Let me just show
correct
you
scripts,
here.
yeah,
So even you want to go and create some CLI. So let's suppose this is CLI, right? Let me
right.
see if I will log in. So we have I'll explain how it is going to happen. Don't
Mm-hmm.
worry. If you have any special requirement, so
Yeah, because
you can
yeah, what we never tried that through CLI, because what we
let me
think
let
is
it. So
like
what
it
you have to
will
do that,
override the, yeah,
yeah, you have to do this way. Let's suppose you want to get one object. So you just have to create set address. You
address.
just have to go to configuration. So I'm just showing one of the example, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Configure set address, right? And you
right,
have to like you just have to give 3.3. Let me give this
space.
3.3.3, right? This is the address, right?
Mm-hmm,
And you just have to give the /32, right? And wait. So let me put a test here. This is the name of the address,
address.
and I'm just going to give /32, right? Let me see. Why it's not taking the question mark? Wait. So I have to give IP net mask, right? Then I have to go 3.3.3/32. So see, it has been taken, right? So
Yeah,
let's suppose I just commit. So similarly, you have a thousand, right? So you just have to create the name in Excel,
name, yeah,
and you just have to copy and paste. So
correct.
you're going to go one go, and it is going to get. So if I commit it,
Mm-hmm,
so this test is going to get in GUI. Let me show you the live, okay?
mm-hmm.
So, so you don't have to remember the command. Once you just set and you can just, I understand your requirement. Thousands is like very difficult to
Yeah,
create.
it's very difficult, yeah,
So let me
because
go.
we do it for checkpoint, and checkpoint we are very sure it gives an error.
Hmm.
And we have a Excel file where we just have to put the host and the subnets, and and the other part we have the command ready. We just copy it and paste it in the CLI. But for Palo Alto, most of our teammates, they think that it will override the object. So, and wherever the object is being called in the policy, it should not affect it. That's the reason we don't use CLI to for this.
Right, understand.
And
So,
even yeah,
hmm,
even the device group name, like whatever, it should be in the same case, like small and caps. if we if the device group is in capital and if we use small, then it will create a new device group, something like that.
Right.
So that I do understand, like CLI is very,
No worry, Abhijit.
sensitive.
So
Yeah.
we'll see that use case. Right now, I'm showing one of the use case. You can see right
Yes,
now how
yes.
it's going to look like, and even I have to create, let's say not 1,000, but I'll create 10 or 100 or
Yeah,
my.
I'm just trying to, I'm not asking you to create because it's difficult. Yeah.
Hmm. So almost see its commit has been done. So why
Done.
commit
Yeah.
is very important. We'll discuss about that. Any
Yeah.
configuration if you're going in the Palo Alto Firewall, by default, it is not going to apply in the running configuration. So always you have to do the commit, right?
Yeah.
So it's a similar to the Juniper, right?
Correct.
Without applying this commit, it is not going to apply in the running configuration. So see, the commit has been done.
Mm.
And if I'm going here, so earlier I was not having this test object group. Let me refresh that.
Yeah.
See, this has been created by the
Great.
CLI,
Yeah.
right? So if I add the thousands of that, that is going to be automatically created. But let me create for the DNS one. That is the same, right? You have the
Mm-hmm.
requirement, just duplicate, and I want to give a CLI. So let me show you how it is going to happen. DNS one 8.8.8. Let me create for one more. So let me show you. Change the name DNS one. And this time we just have to do the 8.8.8.
8.8. Yeah.
So we'll see that live how the it's going to commit or not. And if it is going to commit, what is the outcome is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
So GUI, when I was trying, it was saying that this object is
Object already exists. Yeah.
like this, so it was not allowed to create. But let's see how the CLI is going to behave.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, any other questions, guys? Anyone have anything out of the box? Hi, Ranjan, sorry. How are you?
सर बोल रहे थे कब से क्लास स्टार्ट हो रहा है?
ये आज से स्टार्ट हो गया रंजन।
अच्छा, स्टार्ट हो गया है।
हाँ, स्टार्ट ही हो गया
अच्छा
क्लास।
अच्छा अच्छा, सर
मतलब
और
अभी
बोल
अभी
रहे
दो क्लासेस होंगी जिसमें हम बेसिक डिस्कशन करेंगे। यू जस्ट थिंक अबाउट फ्रॉम फ्राइडे विल स्टार्ट ऑफिशियल कंटेंट, बट वेडनेसडे को हम डिस्कस करेंगे। अभी हो सकता है कि फ्राइडे को। पहले आप लोग की समस्या मुझे समझनी है, राइट? बेस्ड ऑन द समस्या विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड ऑल द सॉल्यूशंस, फिर हम एक साथ मैच होंगे, देन विल डू द ऑल लर्निंग, ठीक है?
अच्छा। और सर बोल रहे थे आपका शुभ नाम बताइएगा, और पंकज सर जो थे, जो लास्ट 2000 पहले जो बैच करवाते थे, अभी बहुत दिन से मैं देखा नहीं, तो अभी पंकज सर नहीं करवाते क्या?
नहीं, अभी साल से करवा रहा हूँ, मैं करवा रहा हूँ बैच।
हाँ, अच्छा अच्छा। नहीं, वही पूछ रहे, पंकज सर क्या नहीं है अभी?
नहीं है, नहीं है।
अच्छा, ठीक है। तो बीच बीच में हिंदी भी चाहिए हमको, क्या है, तो हिंदी हमारा
कोई बात नहीं, हिंदी करा देंगे हम।
क्या है कि दिक्कत होता है, दिक्कत नहीं होता है, सब कुछ सही है, लेकिन क्या है कि कभी कभी कुछ हिंदी में होने से और मजा आता है उसमें, और समझ में भी दिक्कत नहीं
कोई
होता है।
बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं
और
रंजन, आपको टेंशन मत लीजिए, करा देंगे आपको हिंदी
हाई
में।
डे से स्टार्ट हो रहा है ना, फिर आज का वो जो डेमो क्लास नहीं है, आज ही से क्लास शुरू हो गया ना।
अब जस्ट बेसिक फाउंडेशन डिस्कशन हम अभी किए हैं, ठीक है रंजन? बाकी जो चीज़ें हैं विल डिस्कस फ्रॉम द वेडनेसडे, राइट? जो भी है मीन्स की कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ द फायरवॉल्स, पोलो ऑल्टो का क्या हमारा मतलब बेनिफिट्स है, विल डिस्कस ऑन फ्राइडे। और क्यों पोलो ऑल्टो में करना है, पोलो ऑल्टो में क्या क्या हमारे डिफरेंट डिफरेंट यूज केस हैं और बेनिफिट्स हैं जो बाकी वेंडर्स में नहीं है, वो सारी चीज़ डिस्कस करेंगे। फिर पोलो ऑल्टो क्या क्या प्रोडक्ट्स हैं उसके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे, फिर हम आगे मूव करेंगे एक्चुअल कंटेंट पे। सो अभिजीत, आपका
Yeah.
जो CLI का था दैट नॉट थ्रो एनी एरर, ठीक है ना?
Mm.
नहीं दिया तो ओवरराइड कर दिया, राइट? सो
Override
आप
कर दिया, yes.
प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो गया, राइट? वी जस्ट टेस्टेड
Yes,
लाइव।
yes.
सो वो अभी
नहीं, बट वही होता है, मैनेजमेंट के लिए थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट जाता है पोलो अल्टो में, क्योंकि अभी कैसे रहता है कि कभी कोई रिक्वेस्ट आता है ना ऐसे ऐड करने के लिए, तो वी हैव टू फर्स्ट वेरीफाई वेदर द ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट और नॉट, and if it doesn't exist, then only we can use the CLI. If it exists, then we have to skip that. So that extra task is there of
राइट।
verifying the objects before creating, because it's a banking domain, no? And we have to be very careful before doing any commit or any kind of CLI configuration. So that's the reason.
एब्सोल्युटली अंडरस्टैंड। ओके राजन, एनीथिंग एल्स आप कुछ पूछना चाहेंगे या यू ओके? समझ आया सब कुछ?
हाँ, समझ में तो आ रहा है सर। समझ में नहीं आएगा ऐसा कुछ दिक्कत नहीं है, समझ में आ जाए। पर वही तो, मतलब क्लास स्टार्ट हो गया है, और ठीक है, ज्वाइन तो हो गए हैं, करना पड़ेगा।
कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है। लैंग्वेज इज नॉट अ बैरियर, ठीक है। और विल डेफिनेटली ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड ईच एंड एवरी कॉन्सेप्ट, जहाँ पे जिसको डाउट होगा जैसे वैसे हम कवर करेंगे, एंड विल मेक श्योर कि आप लोग को चीज़ें समझ में आए। Kiran asking like weekdays. Yes, Kiran, it's weekdays only, right? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 3 day in a week. We are going to cover this. ठीक है।
और फरवरी का लास्ट तक खत्म हो जाएगा ना सर?
फरवरी
मतलब
में खत्म हो जाएगा डेफिनेटली, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं जाएगा। ये मेरा कमिटमेंट है, मैं खत्म करा दूंगा। नए साल में बिल्कुल पालो आउट इंजीनियर बन जाओगे आप लोग।
हाँ, ठीक है।
ठीक है।
ठीक है फिर सर।
ठीक है, सो आई बिलीव वी आर गुड फॉर टुडे, राइट? और अगर फर्दर क्वेश्चन है, लेट्स मीट ऑन द वेडनेसडे, ठीक है?
Yes.
ओके सर, उसका तो लिंक मिल जाएगा ना सर नेक्स्ट दिन का?
हाँ हाँ, मिल जाएगा मिल जाएगा, डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट। जूम आप लोगों को मिल जाएगा अपने आप, ठीक है?
ओके।
थैंक यू सो मच गाइज।
Thank you, sir.